Okay, hello everyone, this is Zach here. Okay, so for those that who are joining me right now, appreciate if you can type a 1 for me, please. Alright, just want to ensure my sound and screen is fine. Okay, hello, cool. Okay, thank you for joining me today. Okay, I think today is mainly because I want to go through a few things, okay, especially for new members, okay, that joined recently, okay, over the weekend here. So there are a few things actually I want to highlight, okay, so that's okay, but let me close this up. Oops. Okay. Okay, hello Ashraf, hello Jay. Okay, we're gonna start right now. Okay, just want to go through this. Okay, again. Okay, now there are a few things actually. Especially if, let's say, new members. Okay, let's say you have new members that sign up over the weekend. Appreciate if you can type A for me, please. Okay, type A for me. Right. So there are a few things actually I want you to do. Okay. So first of all, once you sign up ready, I will send you the WhatsApp message. Okay, with the tutorial video. So in the video, actually, it comes with the 7-day tutorial series. Okay, so if you miss that, don't worry. After you join and log into dashboard, okay, actually you can find on the dashboard as well. Okay, so there's 7-day tutorial series that I think it's very important for you to go through, because in this 7-day tutorial series, we do share about what is the sign of strength. Okay, sign of strength and weakness. Okay, so you know how to interpret, okay, on on the signals that are available in the chart. So there are a few things also. We talk about market stages. Okay, we talk about moving average, how the moving average actually can help you to determine better, and we talk about trade setup. Okay, so there are three type of trade setup that we mentioned in this 7-day tutorial series. First is the pullback. Okay, second is the NS trades, and third is the shakeout. Okay, now the reason why I think it's very important to go through this, because this is the fundamental and the foundation of VSA, right? So once you learn about these few things, then you know how to interpret the chart and the indicators more accurate. Okay, now the next thing is that, because I think recently the shakeout works very well. Okay, later on I also will share with you a few of the counters that I think they are forming a nice shakeout trades. Okay, then that's probably, I don't know, we have a chance, okay, for us to at least try to get a little bit of white ball. Okay, hello Wayland. So now these are a few things, okay, especially like I said, for new members, please go through that, the 7-day tutorial series. Now, few things also I'd like to highlight. Remember, we talked about market stages especially. Okay, now this is for those attended the masterclass, probably after you attend already, you still don't know what to do because lots of informations, and the markets happen pretty fast. Okay, I can say that, right? So if you notice, okay, like a few weeks ago, market is pretty bearish. I can say it's not bearish, but it's a bit weak. And Monday, Tuesday, I don't think it's still very weak, but all of a sudden, right, the direction changed very fast, right? So plantation moving, I think followed by plantation, followed by oil and gas is moving. Then on the closing on Friday, we got some logistic and transportation also moving too. Okay, still seems also moving. Okay, so which is a good thing to look into that later on, right? So now, when we talk about market stages, of course, we want to learn how to identify what is the things that we are looking into right now. Okay, so let me bring this up a little bit. Okay, so first of all, we want to identify, right, is the stock currently is in accumulation or reaccumulation, right? So do remember, whenever we want to review a stocks, okay, we always start with market stages, because when we know what is the market stages of the particular stocks, then you know how to apply your strategy, right? In the right strategy, of course. Okay, so of course, when we if let's say we're able to identify the stocks, okay, this stock is in accumulation, reaccumulation, then we know that, okay, there are a few things that we want to probably take notes and monitor. Okay, probably like NS signals. Okay, because NS signals is always a good sign to inform us, okay, where is the support, right? So a shakeout, okay, a shakeout is very important. Okay, like I said, recently got a lot of shakeout because of the weak markets. This is where that smart money, we use this opportunity to remove certain people from the markets, and they try to goes back out and hit resistance, or maybe even better, breakout. Okay, like for example NGGB, right? So now recently this one got a lot, this one got a lot, not recently, but just happened this week. Okay, pocket pivots. Okay, pocket pivots. Okay, if you look into transportation logistics, I think they are forming pocket pivots right now. Okay, so I'm not sure whether next week they'll make a little bit of pullbacks or not. Okay, they will hit the low of the pocket pivots or not, but I was watching it, monitoring. So let's say it do give me the opportunity, or maybe the entry that I want, I will most probably go for the top up. Okay, so there are a few things that you want to look into. Okay, when accumulations or reaccumulations in your chart. Okay, so like I say, market doesn't really move in the same way all the time. Okay, so sometimes you will notice that market is weak, we prepare for these patterns. Market is trending, we prepare for this pattern. Okay, so I think currently shakeout already happens, a lot of counters. Okay, now seems like they are going into pocket pivots. Okay, so again, related back all this to your masterclass lessons. Okay, now the other thing is that markup. Okay, again, downtrend distribution, we don't trade. Easy as that. Okay, so markup, we look for what? Look for COC. Okay, I think there are a few counters also currently in a very strong trend right now. Okay, if you look into like NGGB, all these kind of counters in a strong trend. Plantation sound counter in the strong trends. Okay, probably you want to look into COC. Okay, of course, pullback, right? Pullback can come with spring, can come with NS. Okay, now again, remember, for new members, especially just joining us over the weekend, there are two things I want to focus. Okay, first is shakeout. Okay, because the reason I highlight this, I want you to focus this. Okay, NS and shakeout. Okay, NS and shakeout. Okay, of course, for masterclass student, or probably you have joined us for some times. Okay, all this you actually can start to monitor too. Okay, so I think recently there are few counters forming this very nicely. Okay, pocket pivots. Okay, now so far hopefully you all can follow and understand. Type of 1 for me, please. Type of 1 for me, please. Okay, if you can follow and understand. Type of 2 if you somehow lost. Okay, don't really understand what is the things that going on over here. Okay, type of 1 or 2 for me. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Okay, so this is just to tell you, or maybe just want to share with you. Okay, what's the things that I'm preparing. Okay, moving forward. Okay, because like I said, markets for the last few weeks ago, yes, it's weak. Okay, remember I said this is weak, but mostly is in accumulation and reaccumulation, right? So if you have followed my section, okay, there are a few counters that I really like. Okay, I think I share with you with the video as well. Genting M. Okay, Genting M especially, because I don't have much money to buy Genting. Okay, so Genting M, Asia, right? WCT, SP Setia, EcoWorld, OWG, recently Tune Pro, Red Tone, right? All these counters. Okay, so it's weak, but it's not that bad. Okay, so whenever you see this kind of symptoms, you want to be ready for these few things. Okay, you want to be ready for these few things. Okay, now for those that who break up, okay, I think like OMH. Okay, this one you want to monitor a little bit. Okay, so that's why market stages is very important. By learning market stages, you know what is the things you want to look for and monitor. All right, so now probably I go a little bit of lessons for today as well, because I think I do have two different type of case study I want to share with, especially for members as well, on how to apply UT. Okay, how to apply UT signal. Now UT signal is a dangerous signals, okay, especially when it happen at a certain resistance area with high volumes. Okay, but there are a few things that recently few type of UT that usually recently I encounters that you can probably look into. Okay, now usually if let's say the counters come with UT, I will like monitor for a while. Okay, I don't want to trade immediately after the UT, even though after like 10 to 5 days. Okay, usually I will wait for at least one strength bar. Okay, one strength bar, which is the up bar high volume. In this case here, if you notice, after this UT happens, my audio is very soft. Alright, so just want to check again, is my audio okay, or is it still soft? How about others? Is my audio okay? I think mine is ready to max. Okay, let me try to tune a bit. Okay, how about this? Is my audio okay right now? Type 1 for me is, let's say, okay. Type a 2 if, let's say, still very soft. Okay, probably I have to put a bit closer then. Okay, now let's go back to UT. Okay, there's two different types of UTs that now recently got a lot of UT. I remember that I talked about like UT crops, success, all this sudden become UT, right? But I'm kind of surprised because the UT doesn't really follow through and it hold well with a very good closing. Okay, now most of the time, like I say, whenever there's UT, I'm a bit worried and I will tend to stay away unless there is a sound strength. Now, how to know your trade is still alive is when there is one up bar high volume turning back and try to challenge the resistance again, or maybe crossing back to the supports to the trend 40s. Now in this case, I think Yuli crops still worth to pay attention. Okay, so if you look into success, okay, so again, this is a few things that usually I try to do, okay, for me to avoid, okay, those like confirmation on distribution. Okay, now try to reduce your risk. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, now thank you for the confirmation. All right, so okay, now this is another one also, success. Okay, I thought that the day also going to break up, but in the end it didn't happen. So it make a pullback retest pocket pivot. Okay, notice here pocket pivot against I'm not sure whether all the logistic transportation, it will like this or not. Okay, let's say it got a chance like this, I preparing to probably do a little bit of top up. Okay, so in this case here, of course, at the top there we don't have a lots of weaknesses. Okay, success got weakness, but it crossed up again Friday, closing is pretty good with increasing volume. So I think again this is one of the counters that is worth to pay attention to. Now FIHB in the other hands, it didn't have this kind of formation. Okay, so that's why it's very important to at least wait for the one bar up by increasing volume before you want to trade close with your uptrust bar. Okay, so here example, because FIHB, I remember I do highlight as well to members. Okay, after the PP, okay, I think you all can monitor, I think you all can spot the PP, right? So this is the bar. Now again, PP, whenever it happens, similar like pullbacks, right? We want to look for a healthy pullback on the very next day. Okay, now if you look into this, the very next day, it actually come with high volume UT. Again, it's a sign of danger. Okay, probably there's some sign of distribution. And like I said, sometimes UT doesn't mean that it will drop distribution all the way to the bottom, but sometimes they require lots of wash, right? So for example, a wash like this. So from here to here, sometimes can be 40%, 30%. Okay, I think if I start over here also, most of the time also cannot tahan, right? We will cut loss as well, right? So this is what I mean. Whenever there's no sign of strength, probably best is that you don't really try to look for it for the entry, because sometimes it will mark down lower or maybe wash deeper before they goes back up again. All right, so this is two example. Again, members, you just look into this two chart. Okay, what is the difference between this UT, that UT, and what happened after the UT? Okay, so you want to study that. Okay, so that next time when you encounter this kind of same situation UT, right, you know how to tackle the problems. Okay, now the other one is SS chart. Okay, because I remember as well this SS chart, and next the other counter also I will highlight as well. These two counter actually I also posted to members group. Okay, and I remember I say that, okay, shakeout is completed, but we wait for the next day. Okay, we wait for the next day. Okay, again, the next day is very crucial and important, because the next day will tells you is the shakeout completed successfully or not, or maybe the next day is it come with sellers or not. Okay, we don't want to see someone try to push the price up and the other group is selling, right? So that's why the next day or next period is very crucial. So in this case here, SH Chan seems like the next day come immediate sellings, right, and causing the bar to drop back to the supports level over there, right? So probably they're going to do another round again. I don't know. So again, confirmation is very important. Okay, we always want to know is the seller still in the market or not, right? So the other one is RL. So again, you just compare these two chart side by side. It's not that really similar, but this is a bar that's kind of like similar condition was happening to SSChan there. Okay, so it actually dropped below. Okay, this is the resistance. Okay, they try to break and become supports, and once it crossed, okay, the next day, okay, once it crossed the next day, actually it come with huge sellings, high volume. Okay, it tried to go slower, but overall it's still holding up, try to push back to support level. Okay, now in this case here, probably is okay to still to monitor. Okay, we probably want to look for more sounds, right? So this is two example that I think over to become, because I studying some chart, and it's good to memorize it. Okay, so that next time when we see Dow bar high volume or UT high volume, okay, we know what we should do. Okay, where is the support? Is the chart over holding supports or not? Okay, is the sound strength still there, right? So the other one, kind of similar in this case. So this is Psycom. Okay, now Psycom, if you notice, it didn't hold very well as well, right? So I think I also share with members as well. Psycom cross, okay, but the very next day it turns to UT and it dropped lower. Okay, but okay, this one seems like it's holding on the 40 MA. Okay, I'm waiting for them to do another round again. Okay, do another round again. So probably we have 2 rounds of shakeout, okay, forming for Psycom. Okay, again we wait for the confirmation. Okay, all right. So so far is it okay? Type of 1 for me. Okay, sorry, type of A for me. Okay, type of A for me if you understand so far. Okay, the 2 different type of case study. Example, right? Why this signals work, why this signal doesn't work. Okay, so again, very important to look into what happened next. Okay, and we want to, by looking into this, we want to at least understand, right, what is the smart man is doing right now. Okay, so that we can follow together with them. Type of B for me if you confused. Okay, type of B for me if you're confused. Okay, so probably this case study I will include again. Okay, if let's say I able to pick up some of this good example, I will probably show again, right, in the next upcoming members trainings too. Okay, now let's go to some of the very important ones because we want to look into, right, seems like market is kind of like healthy right now. Okay, healthy right now. So again, it's very important. We look into the sectors. Okay, mostly turn into green. Of course, I like to sort according to ST and LT. So even though healthcare is turning into green, but the LTS is still kind of like below. Okay, the main long-term supports there. Okay, 18% down, still 18% down. So probably I won't really look into healthcare at the moment. Okay, so of course technology, still okay. Industrial products turned to green as well, just recently. Finance, okay, seems like still holding sideways. Property, consumer, even though it's red pentagon, but if you notice the red pentagon didn't follow through. Okay, so lots of counters you can consider, right? So okay, just want to share with you probably few counters that I will pay attention closely next week. Okay, actually there's still a lot, but just that there are few that against I cannot monitor all the stock in the same day. Okay, so what I do is that most of the time I will have only 5 to 10 counters a day, or maybe throughout the week if I'm busy. So if I can manage to get something from these 5 to 10 counters, then okay, I will go for it. If not, I will do a little bit of homeworks again at night time. Okay, going through the screener, everything, try to come up a new watch list. Okay, and I monitor again. So remember, even though you're able to pick up the stocks, okay, but if let's say the next day you break up, it breaks up, doesn't mean that you have to chase immediately, right? So winning trades doesn't mean that you only need to choose the right stocks. Okay, you need to buy at the right price as well. Okay, so first one, Alcom. Okay, just want to share with new members also how actually I pick up this up. So okay, yeah, I forgot to mention about the trading rules, okay, which is very important, especially for new members just join us, right? So again, let's go into trading rules. Okay, now this trading rules, if let's say you already attended the masterclass, I think it's okay. You can follow the pullback patterns. Again, pullback setups, okay, pullback setups can happen in red pentagon, okay, which is pretty normal because sometimes pullbacks, right? Okay, probably let me draw over here. Okay, example like this. Okay, so sometimes pullback, okay, can have a deep pullbacks, okay, because this movement probably is a bit big. Okay, from here to here, from bottom to the top is 30%. So probably sometimes they will make a pullback of 15 to 20%. So technically, it will turns into the red pentagons. Okay, but doesn't mean that this kind of red pentagon it will turns to bearish. Okay, again, that's why we use the 2040 to help us out. Okay, further. Okay, how we want to monitor this kind of pullback trades, right? So for if let's say you are new members, okay, and you are new to pullbacks, you know what is pullback. Okay, now follow these few steps. Okay, so first of all, start with green pentagon. Okay, I want you to start with green pentagons. Okay, first thing. Second things, you trade above the 2040 moving average. Why? Because sometimes green pentagon can happen below 2040s. Okay, I would like to probably highlight this carrier. Okay, above 2040s. Okay, above 2040s. Okay, because now uptrend and downtrend doesn't happen in the straight lines, right? So for example here, uptrend, right, it doesn't go to nice 45 degree, downtrend also didn't come down with 45 degrees. So sometimes uptrend, like for example here, it goes up like this. Okay, so in between you have green pentagons, red pentagons, green pentagons, red pentagons. Okay, which is pretty normal because of the pullback. So same one with downtrend. Okay, so downtrend doesn't go in a straight line. All right, so you drop, goes up, drop, goes up, drop, goes up. Right, so you have red pentagons, green pentagons, red pentagons, green pentagons. Okay, so that's why the 2040 will help us further. What type of green pentagon should avoid, what type of green pentagon you should not you should not treat. Okay, so if let's say your green pentagon, if you notice, is below 2040s, avoid. Okay, avoid. Now the best is that this trade come with NS signals. Okay, best come with NS signals. Okay, so let's say it's for new members, you focus this NS, then you learn shakeout. Okay, again, go back to these 7-day tutorials. Okay, everything is over there. Okay, you learn the shakeout trades. Okay, shakeout NS, pretty nice. Okay, now let's go to the first one. Okay, outcomes. Okay, pushing back to 2040s. This is the 40 MA. This is the 20 MA. Okay, the purple is 40, the gray is 20. Green pentagon increasing volume, and before this green pentagon, notice the volume is so low. Okay, again, low volume above 24 usually is a good sign, right? Usually is a good sign. So if you look into the weekly chart, okay, I kind of like the weekly chart as well. So probably in one of the sections too in the member training, I will talk about weekly charts too. Okay, because like I said, currently I'm still doing a little bit of backtesting using weekly chart on green pentagons and red pentagons, and after that I'll share with you how I do it. Okay, for my own portfolio moving forwards. Okay, so green pentagons. Okay, look, notice here. Okay, anyone can share what is this? Okay, anyone can share what is this? Okay, again, we look into weekly chart, which is we are looking into slightly a long-term time frame. Okay, slightly long-term time frame, right? So any members, especially masterclass students, can help me on this. Okay, what is this? Okay, very nice, right? So it turns to green pentagons. Okay, over this bar here at the end of August. Okay, turns to green pentagon, line change. Okay, and subsequently retest to the green pentagons. Okay, retest back to the green pentagons. Yes, correct. Okay, it's a weekly COC, right? Very nicely happening right exactly at the 40 MA. Okay, and the green pentagon turning back too, right? So it hits to the green pentagon. Remember, I mentioned in one of the sections, right? Okay, thank you, cool. Thank you, Ashraf. Okay, remember I mentioned one of the sections too. The red and green pentagon you can use as your supports as well. Okay, so whenever green pentagons appear, especially in weekly chart, because sometimes daily I think it's too volatile, especially sideways, right? There's a lot of wash. So weekly chart usually it forms a very nice support, right? So example like here, it hits here, and I don't know whether it goes up or not. Okay, but I know they are likely to form a very strong supports. Okay, of course resistance will be here. So from here you can actually try to calculate, okay, where is the support and resistance. Okay, so from this green pentagon, low of the green pentagon to the top of the red pentagons, it gives you around like 40%. Okay, so plan your trades. Okay, your risk to reward, how you want to plan out. Okay, so you want to, of course, we always want to get 1/2, right? So if let's say you risk 8%, make sure your trade got a lot, to give you at least 16% of chance, okay, for you to TP, right? So in this case here, I think outcome kind of fit my criteria. Again, this kind of section here, I'm not doing any buy call. Okay, and ask you to buy this counter, sell this counters. just want to share with you how I use VSA, daily weekly charts, okay, to help me further, whether I want to look for these trades or not. Okay, so this is the first one, outcome over here. Okay, now the other one is P energy. Okay, so I just do a little bit of homework last night, and I just found this very nice. I think I shared this to the members group last night. Okay, so yeah, all this while it seems like pretty trending over here. Breakout, okay, cross 2040s, crossing back, but fail to hold, right? So if you notice, whenever they break below 2040s, even like here and here, right, the volume actually is low. Okay, the volume actually is low. Now sometimes when this kind of reaccumulation, doesn't mean that it will be holding well on the 2040s, okay, but it can be like this as well. So what we do is that we want to wait for a high volume, okay, to complete the shakeout, okay, to complete the shakeout. So if let's say, for example, if you are using daily chart here, because this daily actually start from December last year, okay, until now seems like 9 to 10 months, right? So it's a bit long, right? So what you do is that you can actually switch to weekly chart so you can see it better. Okay, so when you zoom to this area last year December until now, okay, what you do is that, again, very important, you want to be able to identify where is the support. Okay, shakeouts is very crucial. Okay, if you're able to identify the support correctly, most of the time you get the right shakeout areas. Okay, so what you do, okay, a few things you can do. Red pentagons, remember I say mention about red pentagons. If let's say your chart goes down showing NS, then it's better, okay, because you can use the NS areas as a support. But in this case, it comes with spring. Okay, it comes with spring. Now red pentagons, the top, right? So if you don't have any idea what's the support, just draw first. Okay, just draw first. Okay, so I think this is kind of right areas, okay, to draw the support. Okay, here we got a bit of 2-bar reversal, like a shakeout, mini shakeout. Okay, and it hits again. Seems like from a UT, right? So seems like from a UT. So probably they still got sellers waiting at the resistance. Okay, so that's why they do a wash. Okay, and this way it closed back, and if you zoom in further, this volume is definitely higher than the down bar, okay, on the red pentagons. Okay, so this is a criteria for shakeout. Okay, today we're not going to go into criteria because I would take 1-2 hours, okay, to explain the criteria. So again, new members, or maybe some of our members here, if you need some refresher, go back to the 7-day series again. So okay, now over here, if I zoom up to the daily chart, okay, to the daily chart, again, support 1 mini shakeouts, okay, so here as well. And if you notice, the price pushback, and seems like they are trying to hold with a NS. Okay, they are trying to hold with the NS. Okay, so you can actually use the latest NS. Okay, once it forms support. Okay, so again, currently it's kind of like far away from 20s. Okay, which is I think a bit dangerous, 12% over there. So probably I just going to keep around 8%. Okay, somewhere around here probably. Okay, once it drop below the LC, probably I'm going to cut. Okay, 8%. But if let's say they can hit the resistance, it will give me 23%. Okay, so I'm risking around 8% to get something's 24 to 23%. Okay, so like I say, at least got 1/2, then I will consider, right? I will consider. Okay, so few things. Do remember, if let's say tomorrow it break up, okay, again, I don't know whether it break up or not, but I say it break up early in the morning, 10-20%, then it's okay. I look for other trades. Okay, I look for other trades. Okay, so I got MCOM and P Energy, Petra. Okay, members, do remember this is not a buy call section, but just I want to share with you what's the stocks that probably next week I will monitor closely. Okay, now KSJB, okay, seems like very interesting as well. The volume is not so obvious yet, so probably I'm not going to do anything tomorrow until I see more obvious volume. Okay, but seems like they are just completed a shakeout from. Okay, so if you look into weekly, they are still holding very nicely on 2040s. Green pentagon haven't turned, okay, in the weekly charts there. So daily charts seems like they are completed and shakeout. Okay, but volume somehow is slightly a bit low. Okay, so that's why probably I want to monitor 1 or 2 more days. Okay, similar like TAS as well, if I forgot, TAS offshore. Okay, volume slightly increasing, so the next few days. Okay, remember like SH Chan, right? Whenever there's shakeout, you want to see a successful retest. okay, on the next few days. Okay, best is like Petra if come with NS. Okay, so that's a kind of good one for me. All right, so if not, probably a test bar or COC would help as well. Okay, in this area, you don't want to see immediate down bar high volume. Okay, like SS Chan, right? So most of the time they will have a fail shakeout. Okay, in this case over here. Okay, now let's go to MSM. Okay, MSM personally, I having some ready, right? So I was looking to add a little bit more. Okay, because I thought that they were going to retest back. Okay, actually after this bar here last week, okay, I thought they're going to retest here a little bit more, right? So I can buy a little bit lower, but seems like they are, based on daily chart here, there is still holding very well. Again, if let's say it doesn't come to the price that I want, I just probably happy with what I have right now. Okay, so it comes with shakeout as well. If you notice, shakeout. Okay, we got an NS right exactly at the 40 MA, green pentagons in the weekly charts. Okay, green pentagon in the weekly chart. So if it turns to daily, right, daily seems like lots of green, reds, right? So again, pullback. Usually this is what happens, but if you're masterclass students, I think you should be able to identify some of the pullback patterns, or maybe some of the COC is available, right? So here, this is a bit similar like Petra. Okay, again, support is very important. Okay, if you want to apply shakeout trades, okay, here it dropped, resistance, break, okay, turn to support, and we got NS. Okay, and we got NS. Okay, so similar one like Petra. It dropped below here, it break back, okay, and retest with an NS, okay. But of course, Petra NS is slightly far from 2040s. Okay, so I don't know, probably it will sideways for a while, hit 2040s before it breaks, or maybe it break directly, I don't know, right? So of course, close to 2040s is very nice, because this is to ensure your risk is slightly lower, right? So at the moment here, MSM daily chart still holding very nicely, low volume. Okay, so I don't know, probably let's see how it goes. Okay, if I still got some, I managed to TP some counters next week, I will probably come back and consider here again, right? So Padini is another counters that I'm looking into, okay, in this reaccumulation. Okay, I think there's pocket pivot as well. Okay, kind of high volume pocket pivot somewhere around here. Okay, I think this is the first one. After that, it didn't really follow through, but it's still holding on the LC, right? So if you look into weekly charts, okay, now this is what I love about weekly charts. So okay, double bottom, increasing volume. Okay, there's a chance for change of trend. All right, green pentagon above 2040s, green pentagon below 2040s, doing trades. Green pentagon above 2040s, can consider. Okay, remember there are a few things here, right? So here, green pentagons below 2040s, don't trades. Okay, so here green pentagons. Now sometimes you have false breakout. Okay, so that's why trade near with 2040s, okay, to reduce your risk. Okay, of course we want to apply the volume as well, right? So here definitely come with better volume. So cross 2040s, pullback with spring. Now seems like it make a deep pullbacks, red pentagons. But again, if you remember, the training the other day, okay, I didn't really do a detailed one. Red pentagons, it can form as resistance. Okay, if let's say it break below, it means it's a follow through. Okay, which means it go lower with a bearish trend. But in this case here, Padini, after this red pentagons, the subsequent months it didn't drop lower, and of course, this green pentagon here cross the red pentagons. Okay, so you know what I mean here. So it hit resistance again, and it tried to test back, okay, to the 2040s. Okay, to the 2040s. Okay, again, just a quick reminder, I'm not doing buy call over here, right? I'm not asking you to buy or sell. I don't know whether it will go like this. I hope you go like this, like Asia. Okay, I really hope, or OWG. Okay, but it can be like this as well, right? So if you want to trade, EP is very important. What's the price you're taking? What is a stop loss? Okay, you want to consider. All right, so this is Padini. Okay, of course, daily chart is a bit weak at the moment. Okay, so again, because some of the trades, like I said, currently are slowly moving into mid to long term. Okay, trying to trade lesser. Okay, but I want to get more consistent goal ball moving forwards. Okay, so that's why I'm looking more into weekly charts right now. Okay, using green pentagon above 2040s. Okay, Padini, MSM, Alcom, Petra. Okay, now if you want to look a little bit of exciting one, I think because of today news. Okay, I think it's like counters like KTB, probably will have some movement. Okay, against the oral side, I think percent is pretty good as well, right? I think previously also there's one member mentioned KTB to me, but I don't really dare to touch because after, especially beginning of this year, if I'm not mistaken, or mid of this year, I didn't really touch counter below 20 cents. 50 cents also will consider sometimes. Okay, so that's why I didn't really want to highlight this counter. Okay, but since the news is out, okay, let's see whether it got chance or not. Okay, hopefully it don't really break immediately tomorrow. Okay, if you look into weekly charts here, NS drop below, crossing back green pentagons, now seems like holding more back. Okay, so forming a minor shakeout over here. So if you pull back to daily, okay, here as well, support, resistance, break, holding bounce. Okay, so it formed a shakeout true for KTB. Okay, so the other one is Impiana. I think Impiana is accumulation, if I'm mistaken. Okay, so here if you switch to weekly chart, because the daily chart is a bit difficult to see, right? You notice that the volume is increasing, right? It is very like unusual, right? So again, remember in the 7-day series, if a trend continues, okay, most of the time the candles will be the same, the volume will be the same. Okay, if there's a chance for reversal or change of trend, you will see a change in the volume as well. So yes, definitely we see some increasing volume. So if you pay attention here also, supports, shakeout. Alright, support with shakeout. So, but to be frank with you, these two counter probably I won't really trades next week. Okay, because like I said, I still a bit don't really feel comfortable, okay, to trade counters that below 20 cents. Okay, after what happened, for the past few months ago, right? So probably I'm gonna focus the few that earlier on. Okay, hopefully the right price will come to us. Okay, now against there are few counters that are forming a very nice PP. I think you should pay attention to. Sips crop. Okay, actually I already entered a little bit. Okay, and seems like forming a PP, right? So we got a resistance right now. Just the closing is below resistance, unfortunately. So I can say the closing is slightly a bit disappointing on Friday. I thought you're gonna have a strong closing, so it made a follow through, right? So if you look into hourly chart, okay, this bar here is high volume, so probably I think because of the high volume on down bar there, it will try to retest back, okay, to the 2014 hourly chart. Okay, but it's a good news as well. Okay, I think for those that who didn't manage to participate, logistic transportation counters. So if let's say next week, okay, again I don't know, next week it dropped low volumes, holding more on green pentagons, then probably you want to not entry, I'm not doing buy call here, but probably want to focus. Okay, you want to focus some, okay, because I'm looking for one or two more for me to look for the entry. Now this one break out a little bit already. It's not a little bit, but break out a lot. Okay, so again, you know what to do. If let's say break out like this, COC. Okay, you look for the COC, right? So Maybach. Let's look for a few more. Okay, so seems like this one is still at the resistance, right? Okay, volume is high, right? Look into hourly charts. Okay, we've got some high volumes over here. So again, I just pop my alerts. So let's say I hit my alerts. The price is right, the volume is good, why not? Okay, so there are a few here. Okay, now let's go to a little bit others. Anju. Okay, Anju, very obvious. VCP, I think I also highlight in the members groups there. Okay, if you want to have more trending, okay, you can actually wait for the green pentagons. Okay, now if you realize they actually hit the red pentagons already, yeah. Now the gap is the issue. Okay, for me, help take Anju, actually the reaccumulation is very nice, but the problem is the gap. Okay, so sometimes I'm afraid that it hit the gaps here, then it will still sideways for another weeks, 2 months. Okay, but overall it's a strong reaccumulation. Okay, so help take Help that I think also come with a gap as well. Okay, yeah, this is the gaps. Resistance, resistance. Okay, turning back to green pentagon. Okay, so that's why probably I will try to monitor on outcome first. Okay, if I can get outcome, I try to get it. If not, then I switch over to these two. Okay, to see whether it can offer me a slightly good or better price or not. Okay, let's see any others that I want to highlight. Okay, I think there are a few more also. Petrol M. Okay, Petrol M don't have NS unfortunately because it doesn't come with high volume on Friday closing. Okay, switch to weekly, but something very interesting as well, right? So if you look into here, right, this is weekly. Okay, this is weekly. NS. Okay, you know what it means? NS usually it will form what? It will form a support. Okay, so again, this is the red pentagons, shakeout, green pentagons. Okay, so green pentagons coming back to supports. Okay, so this is NS supports, price push back to supports. Okay, so okay, just pop my alerts over here. Okay, if I cannot get Petra, who knows, maybe tomorrow Petra back 10%, then maybe I will consider Petra M. Again, no buy call over here. So here to here resistance, how much is this? 31%. Okay, 31%. So let's say from here to here, probably I will park around like 7 to 8%. Yeah, exactly at the low of the green pentagons. Okay, 7%. Okay, 7%. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Okay, again, there's a few things I want to cover, especially like I said for new members just join us over the weekend. Okay, follow these few things. Okay, the trading rules here. Go to green pentagons. Okay, this screener, green pentagons. Okay, you sort according to STLT. Okay, because today, to be frank with you, I cannot go through the whole things there because I will easily take 2 to 3 hours. Okay, to complete everything, you know, under this screener. So best is that you watch at least one round on the 7 days tutorial series, because in the 7-day tutorial series, we do cover as well, you know, what is the information that's available in this screener. Okay, just sort, and from here you can actually try to check the potential stocks that you can look for the trades. So once you check already, like for example, I pick one, NRA. Okay, let's try NRA. I haven't tried NRA for I haven't looked into NRA for quite some time as well. So let's look into NRA. Okay, I switch back to daily. Okay, going back to 2040s. Okay, we got a green pentagons. Hey, actually NRA quite nice, huh? Okay, got lots of UTs over here. That's why they do a shakeout, right? A small one, right, over here. Okay, actually NRA quite nice. Okay, so seems like tonight I need to do a little bit of homework as well. Okay, need to OT lah. So okay, let's go for others. If not, what you do? Okay, go directly. Okay, go directly to NS. Okay, go directly to NS signals. The screeners there. Okay, again, choose the date. 8th of October. Okay, you got Pentag. Okay, we got Pentag. Some champ. Okay, but some champs close with resistance already lah. Okay, P Energy, Tarvin. Let's see Pentag and K. I think KBJ is pretty good, but just that they got a big UTs. Okay, so we monitor for a few more days. Oh yeah, this one back up too fast. 23%. Okay, never mind. KPJ. Okay, let's look into KPJ. Okay, we got NS over here. Okay, UT, because I remember just now got one member asked me about KPJ. Okay, now background got a shakeout, NS. Okay, here got NS. So the NS, again, what it means, supports. Okay, so exactly at the previous resistance. Okay, but this one is a bit close with the UT bar. So you know, usually this kind of UT will form a shakeout, like this over here, right? Form a shakeout. So what you do is that you monitor for 1 or 2 weeks. Okay, most of the time, okay, not all the time, most of the time, if you got this kind of big UT, price will sideways for a while. So I think no rush. Okay, no rush. Okay, don't trap like M crop, remember, don't trap like M crop. Okay, here got NS, you enter. Okay, because this is, you know, exactly next to the weakness bar. Okay, it's not confirmed yet. Red pentagon some more. So if you look into KPJ, they actually come with a strong up bar closing up with a sprint. Okay, so we've monitored for a few more days. Okay, for KPJ. Okay, any others? Okay, or any counters. Okay, members, any counters you want me to look into that you think that got a nice shakeout? You know, a pullback COC probably. Okay, I think John Jimmy probably got few nice counters. Okay, want to share with us. Okay, Xinhua. Okay, let me know any counters that you think is exciting for next week. Okay, or probably I miss out for next week. Okay, this one's still in accumulation. Systech is a bit red. Ah, yes. Thank you, Ashraf. Okay, thank you for reminding me this. Okay, MYEG. I think MYEG also shared in the members group, right? Okay, now MYEG. What's the stocks already? I can't recall. Okay, but it's same over here, right? You got a shakeout. Okay, here, right, exactly below trend 40s. Okay, form a shakeout. So if you look into daily, okay, volume a bit increasing, but haven't turned to green pentagons yet. Okay, but I think the shakeout, it seems like completed, or the retest is completed. Okay, because they try to push back to 2040s. Okay, so I think yes. HPMT, yes, correct. HPMT also same. It hits with a weakness bar. Okay, but so far haven't really followed through. Okay, so let's look into this. Okay, still holding well, still holding well. Okay, now usually this kind of counters, right? Because you know the weakness bar is again is too close. Okay, slightly bit close. So what I do is that I look into hourly chart. Okay, I'll look into hourly chart. Now this is remind me of what counters? This remind me of options. Okay, a bit similar options. Okay, remember just now, like for example, Success and UD Crops, right? After UT pullback, going up, high volume, that one I okay because I know the strength is coming back. But in this case here, I haven't seen the strength yet. Okay, but in the same time, holding well. So what I do is that I will look into hourly chart. Okay, similar like how I handle for opcon as well, right? So as long as it's still above the 2040s, or maybe if you're looking for entry, okay, look for green pentagon up bar followed by a COC. Okay, I think that's the easiest one to handle HPMT. Okay, VS. Let's look at VS. I think VS is still very nice at the new supports. Okay, so this is reaccumulation, a big wash. Okay, and okay, I think this is a bit similar like what counters we just now. KPJ, okay, KPJ, but of course KPJ come in UT so that's why you need to monitor. Okay, but in this case here, this one also got 2 bar high volume. But if you notice, this NS is already form a good supports, holding well nicely. Okay, so yes, Mr. Mohan, I count like this. Okay, so SS still. Okay, last one before probably we close. Okay, try to form a shakeout again. SS still. Okay, we look into weekly because daily seems like a bit, I think slightly a bit weak in the daily base, in the daily chart, because the up bar doesn't quite high volume. Okay, wins, if you're looking for entry, I prefer to see a green pentagon retest somewhere around here. Okay, volume increasing is nice, but seems like the weekly chart is still a bit below on the 40 MA. Okay, never mind. In this case, what I do, if I'm looking for entry, first of all, I want the bar to close to certain resistance, and I want the volume to be increasing. So I put the alerts volumes at the volumes and the price as well. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Okay, again, hopefully you all learn more on two things. Okay, regarding volume spread analysis. Okay, and some of the tools that are available in TradeVSA over here. So especially for new members, if you got any questions, don't worry. You just let me know. Okay, by sending me a message. What's the things that uh, for members as well? Okay, don't worry. You just send it to me, because I think some members do feedback to me as well. Okay, what's the things that I'm missing? In my 7-day series. Okay, probably in the upcoming weekly trainings, or maybe some special sections. Okay, I would include the missing part as well. Okay, so with this, thank you. Good night. Thank you for joining me tonight, and I will see you again soon.